As you can see, Chair Porterfield is absent today. She is out of the country, so I will be sitting in and presiding over the meeting. I'm going to take a quick roll. Chair Porterfield again absent. I see Councilwoman Allen, Councilman Cortez, Councilman Druffel is not here, Councilwoman Evans, Councilwoman Evans Siegel, Councilman Craig is not. What'd you say? Okay. Councilwoman Gamble. Councilwoman Johnson's not here. Councilwoman Kimbrough. Councilman Spain. Swarwer not here. Toombs is here. Councilwoman Webb is here. Is that the 9? 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we do have a quorum. No one has signed up for public comment, so we will roll into the consent agenda. The following items are on the consent agenda. If there's anything that needs to be pulled, if you could raise your hand and I will acknowledge you. On consent, Resolution 2024-359, 360, 361, 362, 363, 364, 365, 368, 370, 371, 372, 373, Bill 2024-308, and 309. Is there anything that needs to come off of consent? Okay. I think that may not be on consent. Let me see. Yeah, that's number 9. It's Resolution 2024-367. Thank you. All right, are there any other items that need to come off of consent? All right, I'm going to read the captions. Item number 1, Resolution 2024-359, Toombs and Porterfield, authorizes the Metropolitan Department of Law to compromise and settle the property damage claim of Donegal Insurance Group as subrogee of Brenda Thompson against the Metropolitan government for $27,504.38, with said amount to be paid out of the self-insured liability fund. Resolution 2024-360, Porterfield, Toombs, Evans, and others, approves Amendment 2 and appropriate additional grant funds from the Tennessee Housing Development Agency to the Metropolitan Action Commission for Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program services to assist families with energy costs. Resolution 2024-361, Porterfield, Toombs, Stiles, and Welsh, accepts a grant from the Tennessee State Library and Archives to the Nashville Public Library to provide access to and circulation of special materials formatted for individuals who are hearing impaired. Resolution 2024-362, Porterfield, Toombs, Stiles, and others, accepts an education and literacy grant from the Nashville Public Library Foundation to the Nashville Public Library for various education and literacy programs, including Bringing Books to Life, Adult Literacy, and Be Well. Resolution 363, Taylor, Porterfield, Toombs, and Stiles, accepts a grant from the Centennial Park Conservancy to the Metropolitan Board of Parks and Recreation to provide funding for 1 part-time position in the Parthenon Museum store. Resolution 2024-364, Porterfield, Toombs, Stiles, and Welsh, accepts a grant from the Tennessee Titans, Tennessee Football, Inc. to the Metropolitan Board of Parks and Recreation to continue the Titans NFL Flag League in spring 2024, with funding to be used for registration fees and scholarships. Resolution 2024-365, Porterfield, Toombs, Stiles, and others, accepts a joint grant from the Tennessee Titans Foundation in partnership with Verizon to the Metropolitan Board of Parks and Recreation to provide technology and digital support to McPherrin Park and Coleman Park community centers. Item number 10, Resolution 2024-368, Toombs and Porterfield, authorizes the Metropolitan Department of Law to compromise and settle the personal injury claim of Charles Chase against the Metropolitan government for $18,000, with said amount to be paid out of the self-insured liability fund. Resolution 2024-370, Coupon, Porterfield, Toombs, and others, accepts a donation from 1111 Church Ground Leasee, LLC, in the amount of $19,204.14 as a contribution towards infrastructure improvements in the vicinity of 1111 Church Street. Resolution 2024-371, Porterfield, Toombs, Parker, and Evans Siegel authorizes the Department of Water and Sewerage Services to fund an increase to the agreement between the United States Department of the Army and the Metropolitan Government for the Mill Creek Flood Risk Management Project in Davidson County, Tennessee. Resolution 2024-372, Porterfield, Toombs, Parker, and others approves a grant application for an education and outreach grant from the Tennessee Department of Education and Environment and Conservation to the Metro Water Services Department to expand and focus education and outreach about proper recycling and materials management to Tennessee citizens. Resolution 2024-373, Porterfield, Toombs, Parker, and others approves a grant application for an organics management grant from the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation to the Metro Water Services Department to continue a pilot food scraps pickup program to ensure that food scraps that would otherwise end up in a landfill are diverted for compost to expand organics recycling in Davidson County. Item number 18, Bill 2024-308, Porterfield Parker approves Amendment 1 to the contract between the Metropolitan Government and Southern Sales Co., a division of Tencarva Machinery. Bill 2024-309, Porterfield Parker authorizes the Metropolitan Government to authorize the Director of Metro Water Services or his designee to execute a settlement agreement and release of liability. Is there anything that needs to come off of consent? Can I get a motion to accept the consent agenda? It's been properly moved and seconded to accept the consent agenda. All those in favor, aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. All right, going back to the items that were not on consent, item number 8, Resolution 2024-366, Porterfield, Toombs, Evans, and Ellis approves an intergovernmental agreement between the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers for the extra duty police services. Can I get a motion? It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, aye. Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries. Item number 9, Resolution 2024-367, Porterfield, Toombs, and Evans approves an application for a community-based traffic safety enforcement and education grant from the Tennessee Highway Safety Office to the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department to conduct sustained, highly visible, and proactive traffic enforcement addressing impaired driving, distracted driving, occupant protection, older drivers, teen drivers, bicycle and pedestrian safety, motorcycle safety, and speeding, including in work zones. Can I get a motion? It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Councilwoman Benedict.
Thank you for recognizing me, even though I'm not on this committee. I have some questions for the department, if you could direct these towards him. My questions are, over the weekend in Inglewood, Mr. Chazen Page was brutally hit by a car in a hit-and-run accident on Gallatin Pike, where it is a strode and people know that cars drive far too fast on this street. He was simply crossing the road with a group of friends. He pushed his girlfriend out of the way, is what I've read in the reportings thus far, and clearly a hero, a leader at TSU. This resolution, I bring this up not in any political way, but because I want to make sure we're using funds like what's in this resolution to improve safety on roads like Gallatin Pike. So I'm curious, what type of enforcement will be enhanced as the result of this? Will we see people ticketed, given citations for speeding? It's reported that this driver may have been going as fast as 100 miles per hour in a 40-mile-an-hour zone. So what can we do, is my question to MNPD, to ensure that these funds are going to prevent these types of accidents? Thank you again for letting me speak in committee.
Thank you, Councilmember. Deputy Chief Gilder, you're recognized.
Thank you. Chris Gilder, Metro Police Department. So this is precisely the type of grant, this is exactly the type of incident that the grant is kind of geared towards addressing, as issues like this. It's a grant that you've seen in the past from the state. In the past, it's been broken up into multiple grants, DUI for one, and then distracted driving in another. They've moved them together here. But what it does is it allows for overtime funding and equipment purchases of like laser and radar equipment to conduct enforcement in areas where, based on data, where we're seeing our injury and fatal crashes. That's where they focus their work. So these are overtime initiatives. They're not pulling officers from answering calls for service. They get officers signed up, and this is paid for through the state through this grant. And they're going to identify those areas where we're having issues like you just discussed. And they typically, our highest issues with respect to fatal crashes typically involve either drugs and alcohol or speed. And so, again, this would allow us to focus on both of those issues as well.
Is there any additional discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, aye. Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries. All right, we're on to item number 15 under bills on second reading. Bill 2024-254, Hancock, Huffman, Horton, and others. Amends Title 15 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws relative to infrastructure investment for off-site construction. Can I get a motion? Oh, it's withdrawn? Oh, it's going to be withdrawn here? Okay. Councilwoman Webb?
I was just going to withdraw this because we had a substitute, found some things with the state. Tanya wants to be in line with them, so she withdrew earlier. I just wanted to pass that along.
Okay, thank you. All right, well, moving on to item 16, Bill 2024-301, Vogue, Porterfield, and Styles, amends section 2.78.010 of the Metropolitan Code of Laws to authorize the Board of Fair Commissioners to adopt rules and regulations to enable sponsorships of the divisional fair, expo center events, flea markets, auto racing, and other programs, events, projects, facilities, and sites at the Fairgrounds, Nashville. Can I get a motion? It's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, aye. Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries. Item number 17, Bill 2024-306, Coupon, Porterfield, Evans, and others, designates a certain portion of 2nd Avenue North as a tourism improvement zone and to grant the businesses that front thereon certain privileges. Can I get a motion? It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Councilman Coupon?
Thank you for recognizing me, even though I'm not on this committee. Just wanted to speak to this bill. We have a late filed amendment coming tomorrow that takes out section 3, which is the section talking about closing the road. There was a little bit of confusion with that. The road is already closed due to the construction, and NDOT is managing that. So I just wanted to make sure it was clear that this bill is not designed to close the road, as the road's already closed. The bill is designed to loosen some restrictions around businesses in the downtown core to allow for more generation of pedestrian traffic to this area where we're seeing businesses down 60, 70, 80% on revenue and even more than that. So again, the goal is to give them some tools to draw traffic to their areas. So just wanted to make sure nobody was surprised tomorrow when that came through, and appreciate this committee's support.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilwoman Gamble?
Thank you, Chair. My questions have been answered.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, aye. Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries. Is there anything else? Anything I'm missing? All right, that concludes the agenda, council members. Meeting adjourned.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information on this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.